guys, welcome back to another Paul Masters video. So ever since they dropped the same name trainer update, the number one pair that, you know, immediately flashed into my mind that would probably benefit the most from this is Holiday Skyla. Because poor Holiday Skyla, man. Before the same name update, when you can't run two Skylas on the same team, well, once Anni Skyla dropped every single flying type, damage dealer in the game, they finally get Flying Zone, because flying types were legitimately struggling quite a bit right before Flying Zone, and obviously now they're much better, right? And except for Holiday Skyla, because for some reason, right, they decided to screw the Holiday Skyla over, but now they have rectified that, and you could actually run a Holiday Skyla in Flying Zone now. Which, by the way, you know what? In this occasion, let me EX her. I don't know. I feel happy today, even though I probably shouldn't do this. I might regret this later. But, well, not regret, like, EXing her. Like, she's a fine unit and all. It's just that, amount of champion spirits and stuff, right? But, anyways, whatever. She's a really, really nice nuker. Really, really good in a lot of gauntlet runs, right? You know what? I have like 600. We could use 50 over here, okay? We could use 50 on Holiday Skyla over here. Anyways, there we go. Voila. I don't really like that EX outfit, but it's all right. We'll keep it for now, I guess. All right, there we go. So finally, we get to use that with Holiday Skyla with Anni Skyla, and like outside of like the Flying Zone thing, right? Like these two legitimately work really, really well together. Like again, just even outside of the Flying Zone stuff, right? For example, in this grid we're using specifically, right? We have ramming speed, right? And then we have like flinch hitter, and on top of fighting Flying Zone, Anni Skyla also gives you speed for the team, on top of also giving what's it called? Well, the chance to flinch with the air cutter staggering, right, and stuff. So they're really, really, really good together. It's just that you couldn't run them together until this most recent update. So anyways, let's try it out against Tapu Bulu. Obviously, this is we're not playing Gauntlet, so right now we're not. After me doing what streak are we? We're at like 80 something, right? After like 80 something streaks of Gauntlet. We're not doing Gauntlet this time, so we could splurge a bit in terms of the units. We don't have to go too sad on the teams that we're building. We could, we could have a bit of a OP team for once as a treat. Once in a very, very long time. Okay, let's finish that off. Get the joy, an extra bit of speed. Although we probably didn't need that because we did get the MP refresh from Anni Skyla, right? But oh well, I guess. So let's see. Let's not Flying Zone now. Let's first get a EX support sync in with the frog, and like plus we don't have our like stuff maxed out yet, so it's better to wait for the. Although we could have maxed it out if we knew beforehand that we'd get that MP refresh over there. All right. EX support sync, Calc doing his job, very, very cool, right? And also, that's the other thing, right? Like, Calc, he's the Dark Zone and rain setting support, but also still legitimately very, very, very good even outside of that, right? Like you could legitimately like run him just as like just a regular support, like regardless of it's the dark type teams or just flying type teams, which is part of the reason why he's really, really good as a unit overall, right? Okay, let's see if we get a status in though with Tri Attack before our sync. Let's also not go too overboard in the damage, although yikes, the air cutters are doing some really good damage. What the heck, for like a 2-gauge move. I mean, it is super effective and all, but well, we got the freeze in. Just please don't take it out here. Although there's like one slight, it has like no HP left. There's like slight, come on, man. I was about to say there's like one slight unfortunate thing about like freeze is like if they're frozen they can't like also be flinched at the same time. So could get like flinched, but it doesn't matter because we didn't get either. But look at that, man. Even without any of the big multipliers or whatever, right? That still did like really, really good damage. in, well, Flying Zone. Well, anyways, let's get some off-type DPS over here with Flying Zone, see how that goes. The extra special move up next from Mr. Calum here as well. Alright, and also Rain. That's off-type, man! Wow, I didn't even go, like, full, like, DPS. We could have also picked, like, Dirty Fighting 3 if we wanted to, although I don't think it's really worth it, per se. If we're, you know, trying to focus a lot on the nuke as well. Oh, we can't Flying Zone here. If we Flying Zone, the opponent's gonna get easily taken out before we could even get a status in. Alright, oh, we got a burn in. That's good, that's good. Okay. Let's see if we could get a flinch in here. Flinch, and then we could Flying Zone, and then we'll have the actual, like, full nuke in, right? Let's see. Flinch, flinch, flinch. Oh, there's the flinch. Okay, didn't need that extra air slash, but, you know, fine, I guess. Just in case that previous one didn't hit, although they might get cured. Oh, they didn't get cured. All right, here we go. We got everything here. We got flinch hitter, we got rising tide, right? We got the innate 6R EX. Boom. Well, it's about to quit because oh my god, I just used all these crazy units in this one gauntlet run. I need to, you know, quit out of this before. But then I remember it's not gauntlet. It's just regular legendary, you know. I'm on my gauntlet brain right now recently. Like everything I do, I'm like, oh. I have to consider, you know, gauntlet things. But no, we're fine. It's just a regular legendary arena, which is all available. It doesn't help that it's also Tapu Bulu, so which I've been. How many times have we beaten up Tapu Bulu in the recent, you know, days now? Anyways, so. Yeah, that was, I would say, pretty good. Let's try again. Let's go for more, I guess, DPS oriented this time, right? So, you know, last time we went a bit more of the nuke. I guess if we did DPS, we could, like, also pick up, like, the Dirty Fighting. It's alright. Like, it's already overkill. Also, again, I'm not a big fan of picking up stuff like that, right? Just because, like this thing's, nuke is so good. It's really not worth it. Alright. But on the other hand, you could also argue that, dog, this guy's like, her nuke is like already one-shots the opponent. Like, come on. So, which is also fair. Also fair. Alright. Anyways, let's see. Alright, we have that maxed out. Do we have our ramming speed maxed out? Oh, no. We don't have it yet, but it's almost. All right, how about this? I was thinking what to do with this, just so we could get like the biggest. All right, we'll Gift of Joy and then Flying Wish, just so we can max out the speed there, and then, you know, not waste the special move up next, because now we have like 3 special move up next. That, my friends, is going to be a decent amount of damage coming their way from a Tri Attack, which generally Tri Attack's BP is actually not crazy good, right? Considering. You know, it's just not a very so it's not a very high BP move because of the fact, you know, it like does all this other stuff, right? The status, generally stuff like that lowers a move's BP, but not stopping Holiday Skyla right now. So that's without any of the special move up next, right? Which still did pretty good, obviously, nowhere as much as the +3 special move up next ones, but still doing some pretty good work there. Okay. All right. We've seen this part. We've seen some off-type DPS against the second bar here. I think we're good. Even though I keep on saying I think we're good, I still want to. You know what? We're almost done. Let's just get this in, man. All right. I want to see it again. It's my video. I get to decide. Okay. I want to see it again. Fantastic. Even without a crit. I think it did crit, right? Okay. Oh. Let's see. 2 more special move up next with you know, the extra sync buffs. How's this gonna hit? Very hard is the answer, and frozen. Goodbye. Yeah. Now, Holiday Skyla is legitimately really nice for gauntlet and stuff, right? So yeah. Boom. Let's we're fine. Anyway, so yeah, the double Skyla comp works very well, very powerful. Holiday Skyla herself, much better with the extra. I mean, she was still fine before. Oh, I forgot to do that thing. She was still like fine before the flying zone buff. She didn't like absolutely need it, but like if you just look at the numbers, her numbers just do fall off quite a bit in comparison to a lot of the other flying type damagers that actually can utilize it. But for her purposes, if you're just trying to, use her in like Gauntlet, she's still fine without it. I mean, I did a Gauntlet run with her without the flying zone recently, and it worked out pretty, nice, right? I mean, she still got her flinches. The random statuses are cool. Her speed buffs are really, really nice. The also random buffs from her like trainer move are pretty cool. And she could do some damage with Tri Attack. Not as much as like an 18k that we've seen earlier with the flying zone and the +3 special move next, but still some solid DPS there. But anyways, what about? All right, someone's asking, well, what about 3 Skylas? Because there are 3 Skylas. All right, let's try 3 Skylas now. All right, folks. So here we go. Our triple Skyla team. Oh, triple EX. I didn't even notice I EX all 3 Skylas. I'm actually not like a huge Skyla fan. I know like she's like a super popular gym leader, right? I mean, I don't like dislike her or whatever. She's fine. But the two like almost have like the same pose over there. The holiday and regular one. Although I think her. Oh no, it is. It's just a different angle, I guess. And well. Here we go. And also I forgot to mention on the Tornadus grid that I'm running, I also have like Team Sharp entry, right? Just so we could actually like max out Holiday Skyla's what's it called? Crit, right? I literally just said the word. So okay, how well does this team work? It works okay-ish. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of running all 3 of them together, mostly because the Anni Skyla and regular Skyla, they do kind of overlap a bit too much, and that is a bit of an issue with some, same units, right? Sometimes they just have kits that overlap a bit, right? And that, I mean, Anni Skyla and Holiday Skyla, don't get me wrong, their kits also do overlap a bit, but they overlap in a good way, if that makes sense, right? Where, they could both flinch the opponent, and it works well for both their multiplier. Well, depending on who's syncing, I guess, they're multipliers, right? And also, just more flinching is good, generally, because it's like a chance thing. But on the other hand, the overlap between, like, regular Skyla and Anni Skyla is, like, they both buff speed, which unless you're facing like some stage that like just goes crazy debuffing your team's speed for some reason, it's generally not like that. It's just kind of a waste, right? It's kind of a waste, especially if you're doing Legendary Gauntlet, which I know not everyone cares about, especially considering never mind. But like yeah, I forgot to get the flying zone up. Whoops. It's okay. We'll get up on the next single. We'll get an off-type nuke over here. How about that? All right. Oh, we got a flinch from the Skyla here. This Skyla, at least the flinch is pretty nice. Although of all the 3 flinchers, the regular Skyla one is the weaker one. But yeah, it just feels like it's probably better because speed buffing units. Oh my god, no crit, still one shot the entire bar. Last time, like we took out the bar, but it was like the bar was at like 66% left or something, right? That was like the entire bar over there now. But yeah, like especially for stuff like Gauntlet, you kind of want to save your speed buffers because speed buffers are so important, right? So like, yeah, they work together, but also like, is it really worth it? On the other hand. Right, probably not, right? There's too much overlap. Although, to be fair, like, you probably, depending on the stage, right? If like, there's, if you're fighting, like, a Gauntlet stage that's actually not super weak to flinch, maybe you could use them together. But if you're, like, fighting Gauntlet stage that's super weak to flinch, you probably want to use Anni Skyla and Holiday Skyla separately, right? So, yeah, there's that. But, I mean, if it's, like, mass mode, just go for it, or maybe like a stage that's like not that weak to flinch, so like you might want like both of them in there just to get the first of all the damage higher, because off type wise she still does fine, right? She still does fine, but maybe bump that up a bit and again, if they're not super weak to flinch, you might want a few extra flinchers there just to get reliable multipliers, or you could just like not pick up the multipliers, which in that case, if you're not picking up that like one thing that they help each other on, then there's not too much of a point running them other than the flying zone, right? But you know, at least it's like ramming speed. So anyways, point being, you can run them together, you can run them separately. They're all really, you know, they're all solid, good units, so it doesn't matter. If you want to run them together, that's fine. If you want to run them separately, that's okay too. So anyways, that's for this one, I guess. Hope y'all jump in, guys. Think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy the videos for our channel for more Tornadus content. I wish I did this video before I did my run with Holiday Skyla, so we're gonna have an even easier time. It was pretty easy, to be fair, but even easier time just to get that you know, EX nuke in there as well, right? So all right, have fun, folks. I'll see you guys in the next one. We're gonna go back to Gauntlet. We're almost done. We're at like 80 something now, right? So almost done there.